Hi, good evening, all of you guys. I hope all of you can hear me. Yeah, guys, can anyone, can you please confirm, guys, is I'm audible?
Yes, Vamsi.
Right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So, guys, in the last session, we have been discussing about like what is a method, what is a class, what is an attribute. Hope all of you have got some a kind of an clarification from that, guys. Hope all of you have been got clarified. So if you have any doubts, guys, please feel free to discuss with me. Anyone, guys, any questions? Any questions from the last class, guys? If you have any questions, feel free to discuss. I'm ready to, I'll just to clarify them, guys, because all these are beginning classes actually. So once if you complete your beginning classes, after that you can start learning by yourself, you can start understanding. But beginning classes are going to be the toughest one actually. So if you have any questions, you can discuss it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll explain the concept one more time, guys. So all of you are fine with what is class, what is a method, what is an attribute, guys? So all of you are okay with them? So use the chat panel, guys, and just try to answer my questions. Right? Yes, yes, Karthik, yes,
Yes,
Vinay,
sir.
yes, yes, okay. So no one, guys, no one. I think nowadays everybody is learning. No, no, no. We don't require the deep dive into the OOPS concepts. Because we don't require it actually, guys. We don't require all those particular inheritance. All these things are not going to be required. Even we don't create we don't even create a class also. Because for a data science point of view, we don't require more than that actually. Okay. So we are going to discuss. That means we are not going to have a deep OOPS concepts. It is going to be sufficient. Just what is a class, what is a method, what is an attribute. If you understand that, that is going to be sufficient actually, guys. So hope you are able to differentiate between what is a method, what is an attribute. Attribute is nothing but, guys, just a kind of an variable which will give you a value actually. But method is going to be used to manipulate, to do some manipulation with that particular object. And we have been discussed in Python, everything is going to be treated as an object only, guys. So a list is a class. Everything is going to be, everything is an object from a class only. So whenever I created X as a list, it is nothing but an object of a class called as a list class. Whenever I created a variable which is of a string, it is going to be an object of a class called as a string class actually. Okay. So we have been discussed about the list, guys. We already discussed about the list. And after that, we started discussing about the methods, guys. Anybody, guys, what are the methods we discussed in yesterday's class, guys? Can you recap? What methods we have been discussing, guys, yesterday? Methods associated with the list. Yes, it is going to be
It
clear,
is
and one more, count, guys. Right,
count.
Absolutely. It is clear and the count, guys. So what is a clear is going to do, guys? It is going to be a method which does not take any argument at all, but it is going to clear the elements, all elements from that particular object actually. That is what we have been discussed about that. What is going to be count is going to be used for. Count is going to return some value, guys. Clear does not return any value. Just give me a minute. Just a second, guys. Yeah. So clear does not returns any output, guys. Simply it is going to clear the elements from the list. If you want to see whether it is cleared or not, we have to print the object. Then only we'll come to understand that. But how to use a notation, guys? It is a method, not a function. For example, guys, if clear is a function, the usage will be like this actually, guys. It is going to be something like clear of X. It is going to be clear of Y. That is the way which we can differentiate actually, guys. When you are using like this, it is going to be a function. If it is a method, you cannot use directly like this, guys. You have to use the dot notation. We have to say X dot clear, and we have to say X dot, which is Y dot clear actually, guys. So by the way you are using, you can easily identify that whether it is a method, whether it is a function actually. Both does the same thing, guys. But only thing is, method performs the operation only on that object, whereas a function does not performs only the functionality on that object. It can be on any object, it can work. Like for example, we have been seen about a length function. We are not saying x dot length, y dot length. We are saying length of x actually. So it is a function. Length is a function actually, guys. Whereas clear is going to be, clear is also a function, but it is associated with the class called as a list class. So that's why we are going to call it as a method. So method and functions, both of them are same. Only thing is method scope is only within that particular class, whereas a function is going to be a general, it's a general concept, guys. You can use it anywhere, wherever you want to use it. That's it, guys. So once again, guys, clear is only just to clear the element from the list, all the elements from the list, and count is going to be counts the required value. How many times that particular value existing? If it is there for 1 time, it is there for 0 times. If it is there for 10 times, it is going to tell you which value you want to count. You can count it actually, guys. Okay. Now, now we are going to discuss about some more other methods. We are going to discuss it actually, guys. Similar to the clear method. Finally, we'll conclude the concepts, guys. Finally, at the last, I'll conclude the concept. Being it is an initial classes, I'll discuss very clearly, step by step, step by step. After that, I'm just going to discuss. That means I'll discuss everything, but not that much elaborated like all these things, because we'll understand the concepts and we can do it actually, guys. So similar to clear, but what is the problem with the clear actually, guys? Clear is going to remove all elements are going to be removed. It removes all elements actually, guys. All elements are going to be removed. But I don't want to remove all the elements, guys, but I want to remove only some specific elements, like one element or something like that. I want to remove only some specific element from the list actually. Like for example, we have x is equivalent to, let us say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, for example. Now I want to remove this 30 from this particular x actually. How do you remove it? There are two methods are there. One is going to be indexed based removing actually, guys. We already have an idea about indexing. We already have a clear control about the index, guys. Complete control on the index. So we know how to use the indexes actually. Negative, positive, left to right, right to left. Everything we have an idea about it. Isn't it? So we are having everything. We are having the idea how to control that particular elements actually, guys. How to control the elements. So we have a complete idea about those particular technique. So one is an indexed base. So by using so and so index, sorry, I want to remove, let us say that you know that 30 is going to be the index is going to be 0, 1, 2. If you want to go for a negative side, it is -3. So you can remove the elements based on that particular index based removing. We can do that, or even we can do something by using the value based removing also. We can do that. Value based means I want to remove the 30, I want to remove the 40, I want to remove the 10. Wherever it is there, we need not to specify that. Whether it is there at the beginning, whether it is there at the last, whether it is going to be there at somewhere, we don't worry about that. It is going to be indexed based removing as well as value based removing, guys. So how do you do the indexed based removing, guys? How do you do this indexed based removing? We'll do that simply by using a method. What I'll totally conclude the concept, guys. So I'm using a dot pop method. Pop, and you have to give the index actually, guys. If you don't give the index also, default is going to be taken as -1, guys. If you don't provide the index, then default is going to be taken as an -1 is going to be taken as the default value. That means I think you understood, guys. What do you mean to say -1 actually? So if I don't specify what is the, if I didn't specify the index, it is going to remove the last one actually. If you specify the index, it is going to remove the element from the given index actually, guys. What is pop is going to do actually, guys? It is going to remove and returns also, guys. It will tell you which value has been got written. Clear does not tells you which values are cleared. X dot clear does not returns anything on the screen. Simply it will clear the elements and sit silently. It does not performs any operation there. It does not remove anything actually, guys. But whenever I said which is going to be dot pop, it is going to removes and returns a value actually, guys. It removes and returns the value at the given index, guys. At the given index, at the given index, it is going to remove it actually, guys. Returns and removes and returns. So don't think that whenever I said pop 3, let us say if x is, if it's x dot pop of 3, output is going to be coming as 30. Don't think that it is just only giving the value, guys. It will remove from the list and it is going to return the value to you. If you print the value of X, you can see only 10, 20, 40, 30, 40, 50 only we can see that. It is not returning guys. It is removing and returning the value at the given index. What about the value actually guys? If you want to remove based on the value, it is going to be a very simple method called as an dot remove actually guys, and give the value which you want to remove. It does not returns guys, but it is going to remove. It is going to remove. For example, if I said remove 20, for example, X dot remove of 20 actually guys, it is going to remove the 20. But you may get a doubt, sir, if multiple 20s are there, what it is going to do? It does not remove all the 20s guys. It removes only the first occurrence only it is going to return. It removes only the first occurrence. Removes the first occurrence. It removes only the first occurrence of the value guys. First occurrence of the value only it is going to remove actually. It does not remove all that particular values. If I say remove 20, it will remove only the first occurrence of 20. Even if 20 is there for multiple times also guys. Even if the 20 is there for multiple times also, it removes only 120 at a time, but not all the 20s at a time. It does not remove all the 20s at a time. So that is going to be one of the technique what we are going to be talking about that. Okay. So once if you understand the concept guys, till you understand it practically, do it practice. Just you have to understand it, do it practically guys. Okay. So in Python, there is one advantage is there guys. If you don't understand any concept, do it practically, you will understand it. If you don't understand, if you didn't understand any concept, simply what you do is just do it practically, you will understand the concept actually guys. Can we pass index number with, no. It's a value based, this is indexed based. So if you want to remove based on the index, you have to pass it only by using pop. If you want to remove it by using value based, we have to go for a remove. Remove is value based, index is going to be, pop is going to be indexed based actually. Okay, now have a look at this. X is equivalent to, sorry guys. Yeah. X is equivalent to 10, 20, which is going to be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, as well as 100 x. Okay. Now see guys, X dot pop. I want to remove the 30 actually guys. Can you see? Everything is documented guys. Well, documentation will come, tooltips will come, everything will works actually guys. Remove and return the item at the given index. Default is lost. Default is a last actually. If you don't specify the index, default index is -1. You know what is -1? The last one will be removed. If I want to remove the 30 actually guys, don't say pop of 30. It does not works actually guys, because 30 will be treated as an index, but I don't have a 30 index inside that particular pop actually. So X dot pop of 30 is at the third position. So it is going to be 2 actually guys. Can you see guys? It is going to be returning the 30 as an output. Don't think that it is only giving the data. It is only selecting the data guys. No, the 30 has been got removed. Sorry. So the second index has been, sorry. The second index has been got removed from that particular list actually. You don't have the 30 anymore inside that particular list. 10, 20, 30 was not there. So if you want to remove by using indexed base, if I said X dot pop, but I didn't specify which element it is going to be, it is going to be the last element. Again, if I said X dot pop guys, can anyone tell me guys, what is an output of this result? Output of this statement guys?
90.
90, because 100 was already removed. 100 was already removed guys. 100 is no more available. Okay. Again, if you said pop, it is going to be 90. Again, if you said pop, it is 80. Again, if you said pop, it is 70. Again, if you said 60, like this, it is removing the elements one after the another. 50, it is going to be 40. After 40, we don't have 30. It is going to be 20. Finally, it is going to be last one actually guys. See the X? If I said X dot pop, you will get an error actually. Why? Because currently the empty, it is going to be an empty list. We cannot pop it from an empty list actually. We cannot pop multiple items. We cannot pop multiple items. We have to delete by using putting in a loop and all these things. We have to do that. Okay. So the scope is only limited actually guys. Later we'll work with the different options. We are going to be working with them actually. Okay. Next one, again, we'll do the same application. X is equivalent to nothing but it is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let us say that it's etc. actually. Yes. Otherwise, we can add. Instead of thinking of it, okay, we didn't specify the how to add it, no? So let me write X is equivalent to, let me add in another 20 actually, another 20, another 20, 30, something like this. Now this is going to be this one actually, guys. X dot, which is going to be removed of 20. It does not remove all occurrences of 20, guys. And X dot remove does not returns anything. Pop is going to be returning something, what value it has been removed. But here it is going to be does not returns anything. If you want to see whether it is removed or not, simply you say X actually, guys. So if you can see, the 20 was removed. But which 20 was removed? Only the first occurrence 20 was removed. But remaining 20s are going to be left over. Still another 20s are there. So hope you remember X dot count of 20. How many are there? There are going to be 3 are there. Again, I'll say remove of 20. It won't remove all the 20s. X dot, which is going to be count of 20. You can see that there is going to be 2 on. Again, X dot count of 20. One more is removed. Now I said X dot count, sorry, X dot remove of 20. Again, it is going to remove one of them actually. Now there is going to be X dot count of 20 is going to be, there is only one will be there. And X dot count of, sorry, X dot remove of 20, again, if you say that 20 also going to be removed actually. Now I said X dot, again, if I said remove of 20, you will be getting an error actually. X is not in the list, because the value is going to be no more available inside the list actually, guys. So that is a one which we are going to be gets working with this kind of an applications, what we can say this actually. Okay, so that's it. That is going to be how we are going to be gets working. How we are going to be gets working with this particular the methods, what we can say that. But we cannot say X dot. For example, X is there. X dot remove. If I said -1. So what is going to be -1 actually, guys? It does not reach -1 as a list, as an index. It thinks that -1 is a value. So it is saying that X is not in the list. Where -1 is not in the list. But if I said X dot pop of -1, this is going to work actually. This is going to work as part of that particular applications. Okay. Yep. You cannot, that means, yeah, you can do it, guys. That means, Tushar, we can do them, but as of now, that means our scope is going to be very the beginning concepts only, no? So we cannot do that. So you can put it in a loop, like how many 20s are there, you can put it in a loop. So just 3 times are there, so put it in a loop and do it for 3 times, we can do it actually. But directly as of now, we cannot remove that particular multiple 20s, because X dot 20, okay, fine, no problem. So whenever I said X dot, which is going to be very clearly, guys, X dot, for example, remove, the definition clearly says that remove only the first occurrence of that particular values. Okay, fine, guys. That is going to be what we are going to be gets calling it as a pop method, what we are going to call it as. So see, guys, clear, pop, and remove, almost all the 3 are going to be the same techniques actually. Slightly difference actually, guys. Pop and it is going to remove. Clear does not returns any output. Remove also does not returns any output. Pop is going to return some output. Pop is going to return some output, but clear is going to remove all the elements. Pop is going to be, it's a completely, it is an indexed base, and the remove is going to be nothing but it's a value based action. Okay, so totally we have been discussed about 4 methods actually, guys. Clear, pop, remove, and other one is going to be the count method, what we have been discussed about. Count is also, it is going to be returning some value to you, but count does not return, removes a value. But clear, pop, and remove is going to be one functionality. Count is going to be, it's a different functionality, guys. Now we have been seeing how to remove the elements. Now we'll see how to add the elements actually, guys. How we can add the elements, we'll have a look into that. So for adding, again, we have 3 methods are there, guys. So almost all the 3 are doing the same thing, but slightly different. You want to add the elements, guys. For example, today we have been created some elements, like I have created some list actually. X is equivalent to, for example, I said 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. For example, so it is going to be added. There are 5 elements are there. What is going to be the length of the X? You can see 5 elements. Now I want to add some elements. So how we are going to be adding the elements actually, guys? So to understand that, we are going to be going a little bit, the methods we are going to be having one by one, guys. The most easiest method actually, guys. The most easiest method we are going to be having is going to be nothing but it's an append method, guys. Most commonly used is going to be append method. It is going to be dot append actually, guys. When you said dot append means you have to use along with the object. It is actually the object name dot append, we have to say it actually, guys. It is going to be append. Just we have to give the whatever the value you want to append actually, guys. Dot append and whatever the value you want to append it actually. So what it is going to do, it is going to append the given value or appends the value at the end of the list. It does not add wherever you want to do it actually, guys. At the end of the list only it is going to add it actually. So append the value. So whatever the value you want to append, it want to append it. But after appending, it does not returns anything on the screen. Don't think that it will append the value and displays the output. Nothing will display actually, guys. It won't return anything on the screen. It is also going to be just sit silently. So it is going to be very calm method. It just do the operation and sit calmly. It is going to sit there. It does not even informs you that it is done, it is not done. Nothing is going to return. It does not return anything at all. Simply it sits silently. You have to verify whether it is appended or not appended. Very simple, guys. Your x dot append. You can give the required object whatever you want. 10. Okay, you are saying that it is at 10. So once if we said x dot append of, okay, it's not 10, it is going to be 60, for example, guys. So it didn't return anything on the screen. It won't return anything actually, guys. Now, if you want to know whether it is really appended or not, you have to say, you have to print the value of x and you have to find out what is the length of the x. So length of the x is going to be 5 and the length of the x now is going to be nothing but it is a 6 actually, guys, because it has been appended the elements actually. Like that, we can just do, you can play with them, guys. X dot, for example, clear. So within a single shot, I cleared all the elements, guys. X dot append of 10, X dot append of 20. You cannot append multiple items at a time. I'll tell you, I'll clarify this. It is going to be X dot append of 30. It is again X dot append of which is going to be 40. You can see, guys, X dot append of 40, X dot append of which is going to be 50. Now you can see it is going to be the elements actually. You cannot append multiple elements at a time, guys. You cannot append multiple values at a time. If you give 10, 20, it won't append it actually, guys. So like this, we can just append the elements, required elements, but the element will be added only at the end of the list only. It will be added actually. So clear, remove, clear, remove, count, pop, and now it is going to be the append method actually. Now I'll tell you one more option actually, guys. It is going to be insert is there. It is nothing but insert. So insert and append is almost all, it is going to be very same as it is, guys. Same. Append and insert are going to be, both of them are same. If both of them are same, then why two methods actually? Slightly difference actually, guys. Slightly difference actually. Insert also adds, it is also going to be inserts the element to the list. Only difference here is append is going to allows you to append only at the last, whereas the insert allows you to insert the required element wherever you want. So it is going to take two arguments actually, guys. X dot, whichever say insert, you can see, guys, index, comma, whatever the object. Obviously, guys, if I'm writing 10 means it is an object. In Python, everything is treated as an object only. I'm saying that it is a value, guys. 10 is a value. But according to the Python, 10 is going to be the value of an object actually. That's why it is asking that it is an object actually. But it is insert the object before the index. So wherever you want, you have to specify. If I say 2, before the 2, it will be added. We are not replacing, guys. We are not replacing the second element with this particular value. Before the 2, we are inserting the element actually, guys. So it is going to be taking two arguments. It is going to taking, what are the two arguments? It is going to take it actually, guys. It is going to be the index, comma, it is going to be the value actually, guys. What it is going to do, simply I can say, it is going to be inserts the value before the given index. Before the index of the list actually, guys, in the list. So it is going to be, or to the list actually, to the list, I'll say that actually. So insert the value before the index to the list actually. So to that particular list, it is going to be adding, which is going to be before that particular index actually. That is what we are going to call it as the index, and that particular value, what we can do it actually. Okay. So now you decide where you want to insert. For example, if I said x dot append of 60, it will be appended only at the last. But now I'll say that x dot append of, sorry, x dot which is going to be insert of where you want to append it actually, guys. You have a complete control on the index. I told you. Don't think that index concept is over with the today's class. The beginning of the, when I discussed 2 days before. So index is going to be not the, it's going to be not the concept only related to only for slicing or only indexing only. So wherever you want, we are going to be using them actually, guys. Everywhere we are going to be using them actually. That is the reason I told you to practice a little bit more about this particular indexes concept actually. So why I told you, because yes, we want to work with a little bit more about them actually, guys. So insert wherever the index is required. For example, before the 30, I want to add it. 30 is going to be at the second index. So it is going to be 2, 70. So don't think that in the place of second index, we'll get 70 actually, guys. So don't think that second index means 30. Don't think that it is going to replaces the 30 with 70. Before the 30, 70 will be inserted. So 10, 20, 70, 30, 40, 50, 60. That is the way how we are going to be gets working with that. Even append does not returns anything. Insert also does not returns anything else. You can see where it has been got appended actually. X dot, which is going to be insert of, which is going to be 80, minus 1. Sorry, minus 1, 80. You know what is minus 1 stands for? Before the last index, not after the last index. Before the 60, earlier 60 was there. Before the 60, 80 will be added actually. X dot insert, for example, if I said which is going to be 0, 90, it is going to be adding the 90 before the 0 actually, not after the 0 actually. So it is going to be 0, which is going to be 90, then it is going to be 10, 20, 30. So wherever you want to add, we can add it actually. Whereas when you talk about the append, it is going to be appended only at the end of the existing, values only it will be appended. Slight difference, that's it. Got it, guys? So just you have to practice them, guys. As much practice you remember, as much practice you do, you will get a more control on this particular concept actually. That is basically the idea behind this action. Sir, in list order is important to get rid of the situation. The insert is going to be introduced. It's not like that. We cannot say that like this. So basically in the list order is going to be maintained, but that is not a problem because there are some different techniques are there, Neeraj. You can find out. That means I think you are thinking that I think you are thinking that if you want to add for before the 20, I have to know the index of that. There is a method which will help you to find the index also. So depending on your requirement, so it's not that I want to add it second index or fourth index. I want to add before the 70. So where is the 70 is there? You can find it off. Using that index, we can find this. We can add the required element wherever you want to add it. Okay. So there is nothing, everything is independent. So list is going to be appends only at the end of the list only. So generally when order is not requirement, that means if you don't want to add it if you want to add it anywhere. So the order is not important. You can add it wherever you want to add it. So you can add it by using the append method. It continuously appends by lighting like that. But specifically order is important. When you want to get a particular order, then it is going to be better option is going to be insert method actually. Can we add at the last? Before that, we can do it actually. Let us try this. But it is going to be adds only this one actually. Let us try this actually. So what is going to be the length actually? Length of the particular X. Totally there are 9 elements are there. I said X dot insert of 10, which is going to be 100 actually. So you can add it actually. Obviously, which is going to be this one actually. X dot insert, which is going to be if I said 20. But though if I said 20, you cannot add at the 20th index actually, guys. Then it is going to be added there only. Just for confirmation, let me add something like a 200 actually. Again, we can see the 200 like this. So it's what it is doing here is if the given index is not there, it is going to the previous index and previous index like that. We are going to be going for the application. I'll tell you, Bharat, how to find out. I told you, no, there are 11 methods are there. How many we covered actually, guys? I think we covered 6 actually. We covered 6, I think so. Previously we covered yesterday 2. Today it is going to be remove and pop. Now it is going to be insert and, which is going to be the append method actually. Okay. We had to discuss them. Index is a method we are having it actually. Index. So, and as I told you now, guys, I can't hide anything from you. So I cannot say that, for example, if I say these are the only 4 methods I have and these are only the things, nothing to hide from my side. Whenever I said x dot, immediately they will pop up. Immediately I didn't press any key actually, guys. But if you want, you can press the tab key. If you just wait for a 2 seconds of time, guys, can you see? It's taking a 2 seconds of time. If you don't want to wait for that time, press the tab key, guys. Automatically they will pop up actually. So just now we have been seen append, guys. Clear, we already seen. Copy, I told you I don't discuss it now. Count, we have been already discussed. Insert, just now we have been discussed. Pop and remove methods are there. Still left over is like another 4 or 5 methods. Reverse and sort is there. Index is there and extend is going to be there. So these are the methods what we are going to be having it actually, guys. Fine, guys. So totally we are going to learn 10, guys, except the copy remaining I'll learn. I will teach you. Totally there are 11 methods are there. Okay. So that is append and insert. Both of them are same actually, guys. But only difference is append the values at the end of the list, appends the given value at the end of the list, insert the value before the index of the list actually, guys. Index to that particular list. Okay. Now one more and a similar one actually, guys. That is going to be nothing but we are having an extend method is there actually, guys. There is going to be something what we are going to call it as an extend method is going to be there actually, guys. What is going to be this particular extend method actually, guys? Extend is also very similar to append and insert only. For the time being, actually whatever I'm explaining is not, some points may not be that much correct. They're not 100% correct actually, guys. They are not 100% correct actually. Later I'm going to clarify the points because we are in the beginning. We have to understand, we have not known about much concepts actually. That's why for the time being, I'll tell you in the easiest way. Later I'll clarify the point, guys. Append and the list, append and the insert, if you remembered, if you see them, we are adding how many values at a time actually, guys? We are going to be adding only one value at a time. You are adding only one value at a time, guys. But what is the purpose of extend is going to be nothing but it is not only to add one element, you can add some list of, that means you can add multiple elements, you can add it actually, guys. But I don't want to write. So what shall I write here now? Okay, for the time being, guys, I'll write it like an values for the time being. Now what it is going to do is actually, guys, it will extend the list by appending the individual values actually, guys. But that will make a little bit confusion because some people may try in a different way. You will get a confusion actually. I'll tell you, guys. I'll spend some time actually. Look at this concept actually, guys. Look at the concept actually. As I said that, what is a list I told you? List is going to be nothing but a collection of some heterogeneous values. List is going to be nothing but a collection of some heterogeneous values. And as I said that, in Python, we don't say values. We are going to say that it is going to be objects. So if you make it a little bit clarified, guys, list is not just a collection of values. It is going to be a collection of some objects. List is going to be nothing but it's a collection of objects. Yes, integer is an object, float is an object, string is an object, bool is an object. Isn't it? Other languages, you may call it as a value, or we are going to call it as a variable, but here we are going to call everything as an object actually. So have a look at this one, guys, carefully, because we'll get confused with that. If I don't clarify that, you will get a lot of confusion. Look at this point actually, guys. X dot, if you see the append carefully, guys, the documentation itself is saying that it is an object actually, guys. The documentation itself is saying that it is going to be an object. X dot append is going to be nothing but it is saying that it is an object. Yes, 10. Is it 10 is an object? Yes, absolutely 10 is an object actually, yes. Now, if I observe carefully, guys, if I append 60, 70, look at this, what will happen actually, guys. 60 and 70, we are passing two values actually. But according to the documentation, it is going to take only one argument only. Only one argument only it will take. One argument, guys. Argument should be one. But we have been passed two arguments here now. 60 is one value and 70 is going to be one value. You will get an error, guys. Can you see the error, guys? List.append takes exactly only one argument, but you have given two arguments. It is saying that it will accept only one argument, but you have been given two arguments, you have been got given. So I don't accept it. So maybe I said that you can play with them. I said that please play with them actually. I'm not saying that practice them, just play with them. Maybe, okay, now you got an idea. So it does not take two arguments. Why don't you take 60 and 70 as another list actually, guys? See the difference now. It has been done. No error has been came. Now you verify what is going to be X actually, guys. If observe carefully, 60 and 70 has been not appended as an individual values. 60 and 70 has been not appended as an individual values, guys. It has been appended as a single object only. Now, if I ask what is the length of the X actually, guys, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These two should not be counted as two values, guys. They should be counted as only one object only. So this is one object, guys. It is an integer. 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 It is a list. So list can contains another list. Because why? Because list is also an object, isn't it, guys? List is also an object only. Just like an integer, list is also an object actually, guys. So if I ask what is going to be the length of the X, it does not say it is 7. It is going to say that it is 6. What is X of minus 1, guys? Can anybody tell me, guys, what is X of minus 1 will result the output, guys, here?
60 comma 70.
60 comma 70. Object output is going to be a list. Your output is going to be again a list actually, guys. So don't think that list should contain only individual values, guys. Make it generalized. A list is a collection of some heterogeneous objects. List is going to be a collection of some heterogeneous objects. That's why, according to the documentation also, guys, it is saying that I'm an object. Even insert also, guys. Even if I said insert also, it is saying that I was an object. For example, if I said x dot insert of, we have 6 elements are there. I said that which is going to be the 6th index, comma, if I said that which is going to be 80, comma 90. Don't pass 80, 90 as in individual values. We'll get an error. X dot insert will take only 2 arguments only, but you have given 3 arguments. Now what you do now, 80 and 90 as make it as a single argument. Yes, it is appended. But 80, 90, they are not appended separately, guys. 80 and 90 is going to be appended as a single object only. It has been got appended actually. X of minus 1. Yes, you can do it, Tushar. So what you are
80.
asking here is
80.
X of which is going to be minus 1. Minus 1 means, as I think you are talking about earlier one. Earlier one means it is minus 2. From there you are going to be getting minus 2. From there again you are getting 0. That is going to be nothing but 60. And you are asking saying that that is going to be equals to 60. It will be true case. It is going to be true case only. We are going to get the result as a true. Okay, fine. We'll see them, guys. That is going to be in the coming classes because I don't want to combine all the things at a time actually. So what is a list basically? List is going to be nothing but a collection of objects. So why I'm talking about this, because there is a method called as an extend method is there actually, guys. Extend is going to take only one argument only, guys, but that is going to be iterable. So what is going to be this iterable? Right now you don't understand it. Leave it for the timing. What is iterable? Let's discuss it later. For the timing, almost all everything is an iterable, guys, except integer, floats, and bools. Except integer, floats, and bools, everything is going to be almost an iterable. String is an iterable. List is an iterable. tuple is an iterable, set is an iterable, and dictionary is an iterable. Later we'll discuss. Within 1 or 2 days, we'll discuss about what is the iterables. Now have a look at the difference. So see the difference, guys. Whenever I said append, actually if you generalize it, it is not value, it is an object. Insert is also takes an object, but extend is going to takes an iterable actually. But difference here is extend is going to what it is going to do, guys. It is going to extend the list by appending guys, by appending the individual values, by appending the individual values from the guys. That means that whenever I said dot extend of, you should not write like 10, 20 guys. We cannot write like this. It becomes a 2 arguments. You have to give it like a list. So what it will do is actually, guys, it won't append the 10 and 20 as a single element. It will append as a 10, it will append as a 20 as an individual elements. It is going to add it actually. So for the time being, guys, easy to remember. Append and insert is going to be allows you to add one element. Extend is to add multiple elements, guys. That is the way you have to remember it. Later you can understand the technique. Okay. Once again, guys, x is equivalent to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'll show you the difference, guys. X dot append of, if I said 60, 70, it is going to be appends as a single element only. So X, you can see the 60 and 70 has been appended actually, yes. 60 and 70 has been got appended actually. Now I'll say X dot pop. Again, I don't want to create it one more time, guys. X dot pop, it is removing 60, 70, guys. Now I said X dot extend of. Don't provide 60, 70 like this actually, guys. I'm not saying that you can give 2 arguments like this. We don't get it. X dot extend of, which is going to be 60, 70. 60, 70. Do both of them, guys. Give it like a list. Previously shown you guys. Append is going to be appending 60 and 70 as a single object. Whereas X dot extend is going to be 60, 70. If you can see that they don't append 60, 70 as a single object. If you see the X, 60 separate, 70 separate. Sorry, guys. Got the point, guys. So see the difference between the extend method and what is going to be the insert method actually, guys. Slightly there is going to be difference actually. Slightly that is going to be the difference actually, guys. So X dot append will append the 60, 70 as a single object, whereas extend is going to be appends the individual values of this particular. Don't call it as an object, we call it as an iterable. So later, till you understand what is iterable, leave it. For the time being, to add a single value, guys, you use append. To add this, to add multiple values, we have to use an extend actually. So one of the thing you can find it actually, guys. Even if you say X dot extend of 80, it won't allow actually, guys. If I extend as 80, it won't allow. Why? Because I told you one point. Input should be iterable. If I give 80, 80 is an integer object. Integer is not an iterable, guys. Just keep that particular point in mind. Integer, float, bool. These are going to be non-iterables. String is an iterable, list is an iterable. So you do this, guys, you will get an error actually. Can you see? Int object is not iterable. So it should be an iterable object. For that time being, what is an iterable object? It is going to be nothing but a list. So you can take a list actually. So even if you want to append a single element also, extend should be written like this only. Directly we cannot give 80. But if you want to append, you can give 80. So you know the difference between X dot append. For example, if I said X dot append of 80, it will be added 80 as an one single element. But whenever I said append of which is going to be 80, then it is going to be appended the 80 as an another, which is going to be list action. Can you find the difference, guys? So if I simply say 80, it is adding as an individual element 80. If you append it as a list, it is appending the total list actually. But in the extend method, it is not like that. Compulsory, we have to give like a list object or any iterable object, but it is not appending as an iterable. It is appending as an individual values because the documentation itself is saying this. According to the documentation, if you see, guys, what is X dot extend? Extend the list by appending the element from the iterable. So it is appending the elements, whereas the append method is going to be appending the object. So appending the element from the list is going to be done by the iterable object actually. That is the extend method. So for the timing, what is the basic understanding, guys? What is the basic understanding, guys? Append and insert are used to append only one object at a time. Whenever the extend method is to append, it is going to be multiple elements at a time. Individually you want to append, then we are going to be using that extend method, what we are going to use is actually. Okay. So that is going to be the idea of how we are going to be gets working. As I told you now, guys, practice it, hands-on practice is required, guys. It looks to be understandable, but unless and until you don't work on them, if you don't put your hands on the system, you can't understand it. It appears to be understandable, but practically when you see only, will understand that concept actually. So why I was able to answer almost all your doubts, because I haven't practiced. I just practiced only append is one method and does that. I tried all the practice, so I know which one will give which answers. Sometimes some people may ask some questions which is out of my knowledge. Then I also will verify. So according to my knowledge, what will happen, I'll verify, okay, will it working well and good. Otherwise, we'll understand, okay, this is the way it is working actually. Got the point, guys. So finally, if I conclude the concept, guys, for adding the elements, we have three methods are there. If you want to remove the elements, we have three methods are there. Dot clear, it is going to be dot which is going to be remove, and which is going to be nothing but dot which is going to be something called as an pop. This is going to be another method actually. So now there is going to be another method, guys, a little bit, that means a little bit confusion, which is going to be nothing but dot index actually, guys. It is dot index. Just now we discussed. I want to know, count is a method which is used to count how many times a particular value exists. How many times a particular value has been existing, it is going to tell you. But I want to know, for example, there is a list is there, somewhere there is a value is there. I want to know where is that particular index is there. I want to find out. For example, guys, there is a list is there. There is a list is there. Let us say that there are not in a sequential order. Let us say some random order it was there actually, guys. It's a random order which is going to be there actually, guys. For example, now among this particular value, let us say that what is going to be, let us say that I have some value is there. So who has got 50? Let us say these are the marks of the students. Who has got 50 marks? So I want to find out where is the index, which index has got 50 marks. So we can find it out. 50 is going to be there at the second index. Sorry, at the first index it is there. Instead of you verifying it manually, you can ask the Python, tell me where is the 50 is there by using this particular index method. Just very simple, guys. Index and you give the value, guys. I'll tell you there is going to be start is there and there is a stop is there. I'll tell you what is the start and stop. What is this index is going to returns actually, guys? It returns. Observe carefully, guys. Extend won't return anything. Extend won't return anything on the screen. Insert won't return anything on the screen. Insert, append, extend, none of them is going to returns actually, guys. So observe one point actually, guys. In Python, most of the methods are not returning anything to the screen. They don't return anything. Internally, they do the operation and sit silently. They will sit, guys. They don't do any operation. They don't return anything to the output to the screen. That means we don't know what is happening there. So what is happening there, we don't know. If you want to verify what is happening there, just we have to go there and we have to just verify this actually. Just we have to go there and we have to verify them. So let's, it is going to be doing this or not. So whether this is process is done or not, you have to go there and we have to verify that. Unless and until we can't identify it actually. So insert is going to returns, guys. What it is going to returns? It is going to returns the, what is going to be the index of the value in the list. In the list, wherever the index is going to be there. I'll tell you what is this start and stop. I'll tell you the application. So look at this. I have been given the value. So where is the 50 is going to be there? Simply we can say that if X is a list actually, I simply say X dot index of, which is going to be 50. So it will tell you where is the 50 is going to be there. It is at the first index actually. Actually, it is a second element, but it is going to be the first index actually. then where is this? What is this start and what is the stop? Actually, if I don't specify starting and stopping, it will start searching from the beginning, guys. It will move towards the right hand side. Wherever it finds a 50, it is going to tell you. For example, guys, somewhere here we have another 50 is there actually. But whenever I said find the index of 50 means, it won't tells you that the 50 is there at this index, 50 is there at this index. It won't tell you. It will only tells you about the first occurrence only. It is going to tell you. It only tells you about the first occurrence. But I want to find out. I know that the first occurrence of 50 is there at the first index. Now I want to know that where is the second occurrence of 50 is there. So you can do one thing, guys. Instead of starting at 0, you can start at any position. For example, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, guys. 9, 10, 11 actually. So it is 54, 8, and 75 actually. Now if I said start from the 4th index actually, guys. Now what it is going to find? It search from the 4th index. So where is the 50 is there? Don't count it as 1, guys. Count it as a 4 only, but you are start searching from the 4th index. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then the result is going to be, once again, x dot index of 50, 4. Meaning that is, I'm not saying that with respect to the 4th index, where is the 40, guys? Where is the 50 is there? So don't count this 4th index as 0 and don't say that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 actually, guys. You start searching from the 4th index. Tell me where do you find that particular 50 actually? Then it is going to be the result is 8 actually. Start from the 4th index and find it out. For example, if I said x dot index of, which is going to be 50, 4, 6 actually, guys. What is the meaning of this one is start from the 4th. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll make it as a 7 actually, guys. Start with the 4th. And you know that stop is always not going to be included. It is excluded actually, guys. So we know that 4 to 7 means it is 4, 5, 6 only. So start from the 4, stop at the 6. Do you find any 50 from this? If 50 is there within these 3 elements, it will return 4 or 5 or 6. If it is not there, it is going to throw an error actually, guys. It is going to throw the error. Little bit tricky way. So where to start your search and where you want to stop the search. In between that particular indexes only, it will try to find it out. Where is that particular value is going to be there? No, it is going to be, always, it's a incremental index only, but not with the decremental index. It always tells only the index from left to right. It never says that from right to left actually. It never says about from right to left actually. Where to start and where to end, we have to specify that. But we can try them. Let us try them. X is equivalent to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100 actually. Let us try them, guys. X dot index of, for example, 30, where it is there. It is going to be there at the second index. Where to start and where to end. For example, guys, X dot index of, for example, if I said 30, start from the 9th index and go up to the 0 index. Just I'm talking about that. It is going to be, observe carefully, guys. I'm asking to start at the 9th index. 9th index means from here, go to the 0 index. It's saying that 30 was not found actually. It is always positive step only, but not a negative step. It's not a negative step. You cannot start from here and go like this actually. You can see clearly 30 is not in the list because it starts from 9th and you're asking to go to the 0. There is no elements are there. We are going to be getting the 30 is the result actually. Sorry, 30 is going to be not in the list. Even if I say start from which is going to be the 3rd actually, guys, then also we are going to be getting the error actually, because you are saying that 30, 0 output is going to be an empty list. From that list, it is trying to find it out, which is not found actually. Okay, fine. So what we have to do actually, guys, you can say X of 30, 0, 3, you can say it actually. Now it is valid. Sorry. Now it is going to be valid case actually. Sorry, guys. I think I done a mistake actually. We done a mistake. Sorry. Yeah. It's done only, guys. It's correct only. It is going to be X dot index actually, guys. Let me do that. Sorry. I done the mistake actually. It is going to be X dot index of, which is going to be, this is a value, what we can say. Now it is there actually. But whenever I said X dot index of, which is going to be 3 to 30, which is going to be 320, it's not going to be working. Okay, so find out what is going to be x dot index of 30. So now I can specify that x dot index of 30, I want to start from the 4th index, but I don't have any 30 further inside. I don't have the 30 further values. So obviously 30 is going to be not in the list. X dot append of 30. If I added a 30 one more time, now you can say x dot index of 30 comma 4, meaning that is actually know that 30 is there at the last index, which is going to be the 10th index is an output. But if I said x dot index of 30 comma, if I say 4 comma 8, start from the 4th index only, stop before the 8th index. So 4, 5, 6, 7 in the 4 values, find it off. Is there any 30 is there? But 30 is not there. So result is going to be an error. We'll get it actually as 30 is not in the list. So where to start and where to end also we can specify them. If you don't specify, obviously it will start from the beginning and it goes up to the last. It is going to goes about that. That's it, the trick what we are going to be using there. Second occurrence means it's that is also going to be a kind of a loop. So first of all, we have to find out the first occurrence, and what we have to do is, let us say that if I said x dot index of 30, so it is saying that it is a second index actually. So x dot index of 30 comma, wherever you find the first index, it is going to be x dot index of 30 plus 1. It is going to be the second index. If you put it in a loop, we can get it actually. Guys. Negative, it will work actually, guys. It will work actually, but we know that. Okay, let me tell you guys, x is equivalent to, okay, it's not a matter. For example, if I said which is going to be x dot, which is going to be the index of. So I said which is going to be 10, which is going to be nothing but, let us say minus, otherwise we'll say 30. It's not going to be working actually, guys. Minus 1, 2, there are totally 11 elements are there, no? So it is going to be minus 11 actually. So it's not working at all. You can give it, but you know that a positive index and negative index can be done actually. So it is from minus 11 to, you can give it minus 11 to, which is going to be something like it is going to be minus, let us say it is going to be 8 actually. It is working, but index is going to be obviously positive index only. Minus 11 means we know that where it is going to be starting. Minus 11, minus 10, which is going to be minus 9, and which is minus 8. In these 4 elements, do you find the 30? Yes, I can find out again the same element, which is going to be positive index. So it is always written in the positive index. Even if I give the negative indexes also, it tells you the positive index. Okay. So that's it actually, guys. And there is another 2 more methods are there, a very simple methods, which is going to be dot reverse. Just what it is going to do is actually, guys. It is going to.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So what about returning 2 indexes of the same occurrences? Can't we get 2 indexes of the same?
No, you cannot get it. You cannot get it.
Okay.
Because it is finding only the first occurrence only, no? So only one index will come actually.
Okay. So like in JavaScript, we have like index of and last index of, which we can find the first occurrence and last occurrence.
Okay, you can find it, but here in list methods, we don't have it actually. It will find only the first occurrence only.
Okay. So, and what about the duplication? So I know the list will not eliminate the duplications, but can we neglect the duplications in the list?
No. We don't do that, but there is a technique like an set object is there. So if you don't want to allow the duplicate values, then work with the set object.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a set object is there. The difference between set and a list is going to be nothing but set does not accept any duplicate values. So for a different purpose, we have a different objects are there.
Okay, but if I want to keep the object only of the type list, we can't eliminate the duplicates.
You can convert from there to here, this to here. So the idea here is you can easily convert them actually. Like for example, as you're saying that x is equivalent to, for example, we have a 10, 20, 10, again a 20, 30, 40, again we have a 10, something, we have a data is there. Then simply what I'm going to do is first I'll convert this into set object actually. Once if you convert this into set object, actually in coming higher levels, we have a different options are going to be there. So when you go to the next coming classes, a lot of new techniques will come actually. Again, I converted into set and again, I'll convert back to list actually. Again, I can convert back to the list actually. then automatically this is your X value action. Multiple methods are there. I'm not forcing you to saying that you have to use this method. As of now, this is a technique. But later you may use another different techniques are going to be there. We have a multiple techniques are going to be there. Which one is going to be the most easiest one? You can use that particular methods. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, guys. So this is going to be about the this one. So there is just two methods actually left over, guys. One is a reverse. Reverse is nothing but that just it is going to reverse the element. No sorting order, guys. First element becomes the last element becomes one. Just the elements will become reverse order. So what it is going to reverses the elements in the list. But it does not returns anything on the screen, guys. It is going to reverse just the elements in the list actually. Actually, we know how to reverse the elements actually. So for example, we have an X is there. So we have an X is going to be there. I want to reverse the element. So X of is to minus 1. We can do it actually, guys. It's going to be doing. But what is happening actually? When I said X of is to minus 1, it is returning the elements with the reverse order. But your X is not going to be reversed. Your X is as usually same only, guys. Only the elements has been written by reversing it actually. But I want to reverse the elements within the list. Within the list, I want to eliminate, I want to reverse them. And I want to preserve that particular reverse order actually. That what you can do is, actually guys, you can do like this. X is equivalent to X of is to minus 1. That means what you are doing here is, you are reversing the elements. Again, you are assigning back to X actually. Don't assign it, guys. Simply, I'll tell you why we have to assign like this actually. Don't do like this actually. Simply, I'll say X dot reverse of X dot reverse. That's it. But it won't return anything on the screen. But your X will be reversed. Your total X is reversed. When you do X of is to minus 1, it is reversing. But the reverse is not preserved into the X. X will be as usually 40, 10, 50, 20, 30. But if you want to preserve the reverse into that particular list, simply you say X dot reverse, we'll get the output as 30, 20, 50, 10, and 40 is the result what we are getting actually. That's it actually, yes. Again, if you want to reverse, we can reverse it actually. It's not ascending order, descending order, guys. Just it is going to be reversing the elements 40, 10, 50, 20, 30. Hope you understood what do you mean to say reverse method. The elements in the list will be reversed and the reverse is going to be preserved within the list only. That's why even if you see the documentation actually, guys, reverse, what it is going to do, reverse in place. This in place is a term very frequently we use it in Python, guys. The in place is a term which we are going to use as very frequently in the Python. What do you mean to say in place means nothing but whatever the changes we have been, whatever the reverse is doing, that is going to be replaced in place of the X. That is in place. In the place of X, this will be replaced actually, guys. Remember, this term we are going to use as very, very frequently. The term is nothing but in place. I said X dot reverse actually, guys. Again, it is going to be updates actually. But I want to put the data in a sorting order, ascending order, descending order. Then simply we have a method called as, which is going to be nothing but sort. It's very simple actually, guys. Sort, it is going to be nothing but reverse is equivalent to true or false. Reverse equals to true or a false actually, guys. What do you mean to say reverse equals to true? Reverse equals to true means it is descending order. Reverse equals to false means it is ascending order. That's it. Reverse is a keyword, guys. Same thing. It is also going to be in place only actually, guys. In place means after sorting, it won't return anything on the screen. It is internally the elements will be reversed actually. The total X itself is reversed actually, guys. It does not returns anything. What it is going to do, it is going to sort the elements. It is going to sort the elements in the list. And as usually that reverse is going to be that sorted order will be again assigned back to the same list only. So it is going to be in place. In place means that effect will be done directly on the list only actually. Same procedure, guys. Now data is not in ascending, descending order. X dot sort. And what we have to say, can you see, guys? Leave this key equals to sort the list in the ascending order and return none. It does not return anything, guys. Simply I said reverse is equivalent to, which is going to be false by default. What do you mean to say false means? It is ascending order. Now you see the X, it won't return anything, guys. But when you see the X, we can see that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 will be the result. Now already data is in ascending order. If you want to put it in descending order, simple technique, X dot reverse, it will be reverse order. But if you want to sort it in ascending order, what we have to do, X dot sort of, I can say reverse is equivalent to, already data is in descending order, guys. Already descending order, again if you put the sort reverse equals to true, again it is descending order. So what we can do, first I want to put it in ascending order. I say which is going to be false. X is in ascending order. Now if you want to put it in descending order, simply you say reverse equals to, which is going to be true. But whether it is sorted or not sorted, we can't see it unless and until you print the X. You print the X, we are going to get the output actually. Yes, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. You can see how that particular output is going to be gets coming actually. Yes. Okay. So these are going to be the totally the 11 methods.
Sorting, if you have the characters is there, it will sort.
No. It is going to be sorting is going to be alphabetical order actually. So whenever we do that, it's going to be, that means if, for example, if the list is going to contains, like for example, X is equivalent to something like A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us say it is going to be true. And for example, it is going to be something like a 30.45 actually.
Yes.
Okay. Now I said, which is going to be X dot, which is going to be sort actually. So what it is going to do here is, so if you can see, because obviously there are different data types are there. So if all of them are going to be strings, it can do. If all of them are going to be integers, it can do. But whenever there is a combination is there, it was unable to support it actually, because less than greater than is not going to be supporting actually. Okay, if we put strings, alphabetical order. If we put the strings actually, then we can see A, B, C, D, and if I said hello, for example, if I said which is going to be the hello actually, now I said which is going to be X dot sort, then it is going to be done. Key is equivalent to, sorry, it is going to be reverse equals to, which is going to be true actually. So according to that, it is going to be H is going to be the first and the A is going to be the next action. That is the way which we can. We'll do that. Bharat, we'll do what is list in a list. We'll see them. We'll see that applications later. Because first of all, what is a list in a list? We have to discuss about that, right? Yes.
Vamsi, so in
Yes.
that particular condition, X is equal to A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Boolean and float
Yes,
value.
and
In that case, how to find the index of the string in the previous method, like dot index method?
Dot index of that means do you know the string or don't know the string actually? That means which string you want to search, or you don't want to find the index of a string actually.
So index of a string, like how we have given the
Yes,
value
yes.
start and stop.
Yeah. It's not like that actually, but no, I didn't get your question properly. So once
in
again,
the previous method, like we have used like X dot index with the value start index and stop index.
Okay.
So can we find that with that case what we have? Yeah.
That means do you want to say X dot index of ABCD?
Yes,
we can find it off.
like giving start and stop.
Yes, you can give it. Start and stop does not matter. Start and stop is only the index only. It's going to be where it is from where to where you want to search actually. So actually in 2,4 the index was not there. So it was ABCD was not there. So we are going to get an error. We are going to be getting it actually. Starting and stopping is going to be just the indexes only. Whatever you want to search, we can search it actually. For example, if I said true, so where is the true is going to be there? So do you find the true actually? So it is going to be, I think, okay, true is not there now. So actually now it is true is not there. Now I said which is going to be X dot append of, which is going to be something like a true case. Now appended it actually. Now if I said X dot index of, which is going to be the true, X dot index of true, and I can say which is going to be from 2 to 4, then it is there. It is there at the second index now. So we'll get the result as a 2 actually. True or ABCD, whatever you want, we can find out. That is nothing matter with that. That does not have any problem actually. It is only for search criteria. But in sorting, we have to compare the values. That is the reason why we got an error actually. Okay, fine. So that's it, guys. These are going to be the methods that are associated with the list, guys. There is one more method is there. There is a copy method. We'll see them. We'll see them, guys. We'll see that particular applications about that. and we'll see them, Bhushan, because I don't want to make the confusion of what is a list inside a list. That is within 1 or 2 days, we'll get that methods, we'll work on that applications. As of now, that's why I said that today I'm not going to be making you confused how to put a list into a list actually. That's why I said that values in a list only. For the timing, once if I complete all the objects, then we can conclude the concepts actually. Okay, fine guys. So that is going to be the idea of how we are going to be gets working. That's it guys. A small conclusion is there, just a 5-10 minutes conclusion is there. So tomorrow we'll just conclude the concept and then I'll start with the next method, what we are going to call it as, the next object, what we are going to call it as a tuple. Tuple is going to be just a 5-10 minutes guys, not more than that, because it's very similar to the list with a small change only. So after that, we'll discuss about the sets. And after that, if time permits, we'll also complete of the dictionary. And already as we planned guys, tomorrow and after tomorrow, we'll complete of that. And from Monday, we'll start with some new concepts. We'll start with that. Thursday and Saturday, we'll complete of that. And from Monday onwards, we'll start with some kind of a new concept and a new technique. We'll start with them guys. Okay. Anyone guys, any questions? So up to that, practice them guys, according to whatever we have been discussed. Don't go a little bit higher level. Yes, Karthik, we have some opportunities are there. So you're asking about, do you have the opportunities as a freshers? Yes, absolutely. You can have it actually, but you should show some basic skills, because generally for the freshers, generally it is only just a knowledge is going to be required. We need not even experts on that. They'll recruit the people who are having data analysts, because data analyst jobs we are having more and more. We are having it. We are having them guys. Requirements are not going to be, it's not a big thing. So nowadays, really we are having a very good opportunities. We are going to be having it actually. Okay. So that's it. That is going to be the one actually, guys. Just for today, we are going to be stop it from here. And then we are going to continue with the tomorrow's class. Same link guys. And same time we'll connect for tomorrow. Tomorrow and after tomorrow, we'll complete off all the basics. Karthik, which concepts are important means as part of our big data, as part of a data analyst, I'm going to teach you some concepts in Python, just sufficient then. You nearly need not to go more than that particular applications actually. So as of my, whatever the concepts I teach it, that is going to be sufficient actually guys. Okay. And maximum by Monday's class, I'll make you to access all the Python videos also. You can just go through them and we can study them applications. We can study those things also guys. Okay. So thanks for today guys. And we'll meet up in this tomorrow's class. Yes, classes will be 6 days a week guys. Okay. Okay. Classes will be for 6 days, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, same time guys, same time. Nearest, same time. Class time does not change this. Right guys. So thanks for today guys. And we'll meet up in the tomorrow's class.
Sir,
Thank you. Yeah.
Diwali, we are taking break or what?
Yes, yes. One second.
Diwali, we are
Diwali, yeah, Diwali, there is a holiday.
Yeah,
So Monday, the holiday, actually, I forgot about that. It's Tuesday's class. We'll be having the Tuesday's class.
That's what I'm
Yeah. I forgot about that.
No problem.
Yeah, fine. Thank you guys. Yeah, I'll create it. Maximum by tomorrow or Saturday by Saturday, we'll make up the group and access and everything. We'll cover it. Yeah. Thank you all of you guys. And we'll meet up in the tomorrow's class, guys. Thank you all of you.